Welcome to Review Every Ship by CitizenCon 2024. The point is to give an update on every ship since some haven't had a video made about them in years. We'll go in depth, but we won't repeat everything on the RSI website. We will link to multiple sources of information either in the description or in the comments. We are at the Anvil manufacturer. We continue our series with the Anvil Hawk, and it has 0 variants. For the price, the Hawk as of 3.22 is about $100 standalone, 90 war bond, and was 80 at concept. In game, it costs about 1.3 million. This ship is limited. A small light fighter with an emphasis on weaponry, the Hawk boasts an impressive arsenal of lethal and non-lethal weapons, making it a perfect ship for independent bounty hunters or local security looking for a little more punch. Our little bounty ship. No, not that kind of bounty, Steve. What the? For measurements, the Hawk has a length of 17 meters, beam of 22, height of 6.5, and it is a small ship. Its minimum crew is 1 and its maximum crew is 1. It can carry 0 SCU.
Sub-Zero.
The Hawk has a top SCM speed of 225, which is way above average overall, and a max speed of 1315, which is also way above average overall. In its small class, it's also above average, reaching the top 10 fastest in-game ships. For maneuverability, it is way above average. However, for its class, it's just about average. The weapons the Hawk has are 2 size 1 weapon hardpoints and 4 size 2 weapon hardpoints, no missiles. For ship parts, the Hawk has 1 small radar, 1 small computer, 1 small power plant, 2 small coolers, 2 small shield generators, 2 small fuel intakes, 2 small fuel tanks, 1 small quantum drive, 1 small jump module, and 1 small quantum fuel tank. The hull HP for the Hawk is 12,200, which is below average overall. For its small class, however, it's almost perfectly average. The shields on the Hawk are all-stop shields. These are bubble type shields. The HP is 3,000 total and regen rate is 275 HP per second. The quantum stats that the Hawk has: it takes about 3 minutes to go 10 million kilometers and maxes out at about 51 million kilometers. What does that mean? It can travel from Hurston to Crusader, but not from Microtech to ArcCorp. It's fairly slow at quantum speed, but it can get you to a nearby planet. However, an upgrade would make it slower at quantum, but it would be able to go anywhere in the Stanton system if you got that upgrade, because it would nearly double its range. The claim time for the Hawk is about 7 minutes. Expedited is about 2 minutes at about 3,000 credits. For special features and amenities, the Hawk comes equipped with a single prisoner pod and a size 2 EMP generator with very fast regen. Now it's time to rate this ship. A rating I rate from 1 to 10. My 1 is only buy if you have a unique reason that is specific to you or because you like the looks of the ship. My 10 is basically if you have the money, this ship is almost guaranteed to be useful to you in the game. A 1 doesn't mean the ship is useless or ugly, and a 10 doesn't mean that the ship is perfect. Just remember, this is just our rating. Please give us yours in the comments down below, and perhaps we'll read it and it will change our lives forever. I like doing my own echoes. Anyway, my rating for this ship is a 6. The Hawk has pretty much everything you want in a light fighter. It has absolutely incredible speed. It has great maneuverability considering how fast it is. Most ships pay a heavy price when it comes to maneuverability, when they are fast, at least. The Hawk manages to avoid that for the most part. It has decent HP for a light fighter, which is really rare when you, again, consider its speed and maneuverability. It has decent enough guns to run VHRTs if you're a really good pilot, and that if you know how to use that EMP, you can really pull off that VHRT. There's just one thing. This thing isn't a light fighter, is it? It's a bounty hunting ship with light fighter capabilities. It calmly waltzes in the room and makes itself a multi-role ship. Take that away and this ship is a 5, but with that little prisoner pod and EMP, that adds enough to make this ship a great little ship that is, dare I say it, worth the $100 you pay for it? Finally, a ship that's correctly priced. That being said, you should still play the CCU game to see if you can get this ship for about $20 or more off. Then it becomes a steal. I just have one more thing to say about it before we leave this review on all rainbows, sunshine, and lollipops. Before you buy this ship, there is another ship that is a massive contender to this ship, if you don't need the prisoner pod. It's the Asperia Talon. Not the Talon Shrike, but the base Talon. It's better armored, slightly slower, however, it's the best maneuvering light fighter in the game as of 3.22. Along with that, it has 2 size 4 weapons along with some size 2 missiles. Also, the Gladius exists. Let's not forget about the Gladius. Lastly, I would say the Zeus Mark II MR also looks like it will be the next upgrade from the Hawk, but obviously much larger, not a light fighter. I would consider it though, even though it's a bit overpriced, simply because being able to take that 16 SCU of cargo in addition to 2 bounties makes that ship capable of not 1, not 2, but 3 roles. The Zeus is a better ship, but it's not really a contender so much as the natural upgrade from the Hawk. I still would buy it over the Hawk, simply because it could end up being an in-game ship, whereas I don't see the average person keeping the Hawk once they reach the higher levels of bounties without upgrading. Back to the Talon though. With the Talon, your only limit outside of speed is how good of a pilot are you. Same thing for the Gladius, which might just be the best light fighter there is all around. With the Hawk, you need to fly fast at the target, strike, then keep going and turn around for another run. However, if you need that prisoner pod, it's simple. The Talon doesn't have that, the Gladius doesn't have that. If you need to disable a ship, that EMP on the Hawk is going to get it done if you know how to use it. It's a great ship, and if you got one for less than $90, you have a top 5 light fighter, my friend. The Hawk really earned that rating. It is a solid 6. Like I say about most combat ships, however, it's an earn that ship inside the game for me. I know you're here for our rating, but if you really want a ship, go buy it. We won't stop you. Or even better, all ships can be earned in game. These are just our ratings. If I really needed a light fighter, I would get the base Talon right now, but I do see where this ship fits into the game, as well as if you need that speed rather than agility, and also if you need to take a prisoner with you. And some people just like to blow EMPs. But let me explain why I will earn most combat ships in game. Most of them are either overpriced for what you get or have such a limited use that I can't justify spending real world money on them. If it's not overpriced, then they tend to get outgunned by newer ships, or nerfed in order to favor newer ships, or they're in desperate need of a rework that isn't coming for a long time. Something more unique to me though is that I like large and capital ships. I will own maybe 1 medium ship and 1 small ship, and both of those need to be useful to my in-game needs, which are mostly industrial. However, I do own a Perseus, a Polaris, and an Idris. That's beyond. We don't need to talk about that though. Matter of fact, that's it for this one. All right, thanks for spending your time with us. Peace.